Ham, you're about to see some of the scariest video clips that are trending on socials right now. So hit that subscribe button and get ready for more creepy content. Just like this.
What's up, Gravedigger?
In a captivating video shared by Reddit user UsualCellist1277, viewers are given a glimpse into the eerie corridors of an abandoned hospital in Lassi, Romania.
Gum.
The footage, brief yet chilling, documents the exploration of this dilapidated facility by a group of curious individuals.
Low moon.
But as the camera holder turns to face a long corridor, the lens fleetingly catches something quite unsettling.
What if it was like Slimer? One of these like foreign ghost hunters like put Slimer in their video, like some like green screen of Slimer.
If you slow the footage down, her presence becomes more
about the
obvious.
cultural relevance of Slimer, and people were like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
The sudden appearance spooks the explorers, who quickly flee the area.
Slimer isn't really as cool as he used to be.
So is this woman merely a squatter seeking refuge in the forgotten halls of the hospital?
At one
point,
could
her presence hint at something more spectral?
I don't know what happened.
The eerie setting, combined with the brief and unexpected sighting, leaves viewers with a haunting impression, blurring the lines between reality and the supernatural in the shadowy recesses.
The ghost of Rick Moranis? I mean, it was before he died, but I guess he could be now.
This next video on our list shows something.
I always associate him more.
Take a look.
With Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Uploaded to Reddit by user Maximus Killer,
the face
the video
of
is an
Cooler.
excerpt taken from the poster's backyard security camera. The clip has sparked a debate in the comments section about what it actually shows. Is the mysterious figure a ghost?
Ghost running backwards.
Several viewers think that the more creepy scenario would be if the figure was actually a human.
Literally looks like some Beatles shit.
At nighttime.
Ghost smoking weed.
We'll throw this strange piece of footage over to you, the viewers. What do you think this security camera's captured? Is the mysterious figure a ghost or a trespassing jogger in desperate need of some midnight cardio?
Couldn't it just be like a weird glitch?
In a spine-tingling share over on Reddit, user Dark16 posted photos that have stirred up intrigue and speculation. The images reveal bruises on both sides of the poster's back, resembling
Let's see your nasty-ass back, dude.
The poster explains that these mysterious marks appeared after spending some time in a recently purchased property, a renovation project. Despite wearing a heavy jacket that day, the poster was baffled to find these vivid marks, which were pointed out by his wife after he showered. Skeptical of their origin, the poster initially attributed them to mundane activities like carrying concrete or gym exercises. However, the distinct appearance of these marks, resembling human fingerprints, defied such explanations. Adding another layer of eeriness to
I think that there's a number of
explanations
for those
marks.
marks.
A woman in her 30s had died in the house the previous August, likely from a drug
also
overdose.
Your fucking back is gross.
The possibility of a lingering presence in the house, given the traumatic nature of her
death,
I feel like
something
the poster.
I'm someone who's, you know,
notably the size and spacing of the
not an extremely hairy person, but like either
the woman's hand.
A lot of hair.
Though not a firm believer
or like
in
uniform hair, but like a bunch of like weird hair like that.
The
like,
implications of these eerie marks.
I feel like why would you need to show people this, except for your doctor?
Is there another way to explain the sudden and mysterious appearance of these marks?
I don't fucking care, Han. Get the fucking guy's back out of here.
Considerable discussion among netizens, with many speculating that it might capture the eerie presence of a Pontianak.
It's one thing to like be like, nah, I think you're okay.
A Pontianak is a mythical creature deeply rooted in Malaysian
Another thing to stare at
folklore.
Fucking back
it's believed to be the
5
vengeful
minutes.
spirit of a woman who died during childbirth. These entities are often depicted as a pale-skinned woman with long flowing hair dressed in white, embodying both ethereal beauty and chilling malevolence. They're notorious for emitting a baby's cries to lure unsuspecting victims, especially men, before revealing their true fearsome nature.
Looks like Jack from
The
Lost.
photo in question is dark. However, it becomes startlingly clear when brightened up. It reveals a ghostly-looking figure,
clear.
and according to one viewer, bears an uncanny resemblance to the infamous ghost from The Grudge. The figure's appearance in the image has not only sent shivers down the spine of the Reddit community, but it's also reignited interest in the traditional folklore surrounding these spectral entities. This photo and the discussions it spurred highlight the deep-seated cultural fears and enduring belief in supernatural entities, like the Pontianak in Malaysian society. It serves as a modern reminder of the age-old tales that continue to haunt and fascinate in equal measure. So what do you think's been caught on camera here? Is it really something supernatural, or is there another way to explain this strange presence?
I don't know.
Shrewsbury Prison, renowned for its chilling history and eerie atmosphere, recently featured this creepy photo on its Facebook page. The post highlighted a spine-tingling occurrence during a paranormal investigation led by the team from Haunted Scouse TV. While exploring the C Wing, which is famously known as the most haunted section of the prison, a guest captured something truly unexplainable. In the photo, what appears to be a shadowy figure is seen dashing across the landing of C Wing. This prison, with its long and dark history, has been the site of numerous reports of paranormal activity. From the echoes of footsteps in empty corridors to the fleeting glimpses of shadowy figures and unexplained noises,
all that smoke.
The prison has long been a magnet for ghost hunters and enthusiasts of the supernatural. The C Wing in particular has been a focal point for many eerie experiences. Stories abound of former inmates and wardens who, it seems, have never quite left the premises. The wing is steeped in tales of despair and untold mysteries, making it a hotspot for paranormal investigations. The shadow captured in the photo serves as a stark reminder of the prison's haunted reputation, leaving many to wonder who or what is still lingering in the corridors of Shrewsbury Prison, long after its doors have closed.
Every prison is just haunted.
This next brief clip
Infinitely.
was uploaded to TikTok by user MovieFanSLP. Take a look and see if you can spot anything out of the ordinary. At first, it can be hard to see. However, when you slow the footage down, you can see what appears to be an object flying past the plane below. It moves so fast, it's almost undetectable to the naked eye at a regular speed.
Heck?
In a recent historic move that marked a significant shift in the public discourse on unidentified flying objects, the US government held official hearings on the subject.
Dead.
These hearings, the first of their kind in
what's up, President
decades,
Barney?
were a response to
Streaking
growing public interest and concern about unexplained aerial phenomena, especially given the implications for national security and aviation safety. During these hearings, high-ranking officials from various departments, including the Department of Defense, provided testimonies and answered questions posed by congressional committees. Key aspects of the hearing focused on the analysis of documented UFO sightings, many of which have been captured by military personnel. The discussions aim to shed light on the nature of these phenomena, their potential origins, and the protocols in place for reporting and investigating such sightings. One of the pivotal moments
always
in
this
the
guy. We've
hearings
seen
was
him
the
like 8 times
presentation
this
of declassified videos showing unidentified aerial phenomena encountered by military pilots. These videos, which had previously caused a stir in the media, depicted fast-moving objects exhibiting flight characteristics beyond the capability of current human-made aircraft. The officials emphasised the importance of understanding these phenomena not only from a national defence perspective, but also from scientific and technological viewpoints. They acknowledged that while some sightings could be attributed to advanced technologies from foreign adversaries or private entities, there remained a significant number of incidents that defied conventional explanation. Like the object seen streaking past the plane in this video, much is still unknown about these so-called UAPs. Are they alien in origin, or could they be top-secret government projects? Watch the clip one more time and let me know what you think this mysterious object might actually be in the comments down below.
UBDs. Could be anything.
Before we take a look at a bizarre piece of home footage, remember to hit that subscribe button, then tickle that little bell icon there and turn on all channel notifications. That way you'll be in the loop every time we drop our scary and creepy videos. This next video, uploaded to the Ghost Sisters Facebook page, shows something rather creepy.
The Ghost Sisters.
It can be hard to spot at first, but if you keep your eye on the area near the woman in the back, you should be able to see it. There appears to be a strange face peering over the woman's shoulder.
A strange face.
As the video's brief and has little accompanying information, it's hard to know exactly what we're seeing here. Some viewers suggested it might be a mannequin or simply a case of pareidolia caused by the lighting and the unusual pattern on the curtains in the background. But what do you think? Can this mysterious face be so easily explained away? Or could it be something more supernatural? Take another look and let me know what you think it could be down below.
Now, in case you haven't heard the awesome news, we've launched a brand new second channel. If you want to...
Alright. You know who we haven't checked out in a minute? Cosmic rays, definitely an explanation. Some spooks.
This first video comes to us from a TikTok account run by a woman named Allie, who decided to pull out her phone and record a video just for something to do to pass the time, while she and her friend were stuck in their car.
Never seen a ghost
they
before.
Had recently broken down while in the middle of the Appalachian Mountains. Throughout some portions of the video, we see Allie and her friend dancing and singing along to some music in the car, before Allie eventually decides to step outside of the vehicle, which proves to be a gigantic mistake, as you'll see in just a couple of seconds here.
What now?
I guess we'll have to walk to the store.
Hey.
To the store.
Hey.
To the store.
Hey.
To the store.
Hey.
To the store.
Hey. What do we do? What was that?
Hey. Hey.
You hear that?
Yeah, we better get back in the car.
Yeah, we better.
Oh no, it's locked.
They locked themselves out of their car.
This is scary. Oh my god. Okay. Did it lock?
No.
What's the deal with this car? I don't understand.
I have to unlock it.
Well, the ghost locked us out of our car.
Something weird has happened with this car.
What's going on?
I don't know.
After only a couple of seconds walking around the car outside, a mysterious, deep man's voice can be heard shouting "Hey" from somewhere nearby, but they don't seem to be too frightened by this and continue to pace around outside for a few beats, before eventually trying to get back into the car, but the alarm is now going off. Eventually though, the two girls manage to get back inside the vehicle, and it's here in which they find themselves at the center of yet another scare that they can't quite
You can tell they're
explain.
really scared when they're
Watch
just
this.
like laughing and having a good time.
Something weird has happened with this car.
What's going on?
I don't know. Let's see if it starts. It started.
Waiting for connection. Bluetooth connection success.
What was that?
Ashley, I do not like this.
Oh my god.
Let's get out of here. Go. Does it run? Is it working?
Yes, it is. It's working. Thank God.
A mysterious series of knocking noises can be heard on the car's exterior, even
What
though
could be?
nobody can be seen outside whatsoever.
Who is it?
Thankfully, the two girls managed to drive off into the night and make it out of the area perfectly safe, but it makes you think, what could have possibly happened to
Yeah,
them
they're just,
had
like,
they
sitting
not
there
managed
bored.
to start their car? According to this TikTok user, if you guys ever find yourself stuck in the Appalachian Mountains, here are some tips for staying safe. First, if you
Yeah,
hear
check the
somebody
fuck out of
shouting
it.
your name, you should ignore it at all costs. Also, if you feel like you're
Do
being
not
stalked or
run.
chased, do not run whatsoever. Imagine you're just trying to enjoy a nice peaceful night while on a cruise ship, only for the night to be interrupted by the arrival of a seemingly otherworldly guest that was definitely not invited. That seems to be what happened to the people on this cruise, as shown by a Reddit user known as Tasty Beverage, who posted the following piece of footage to the UFO subreddit just a couple of weeks ago. He says the footage is not his but rather from New Fork. The uploader also writes that the video from the New Fork website has audio of the witnesses' reactions, but it somehow got stripped when he uploaded the video here.
Yeah, who knows? Somehow it just happened.
Witnesses can be heard saying more or less that they got it, referring to them being able to capture the strange UFO-type object on camera. A second person can be heard getting excited when it doubles back. So what do you guys think about this strange video? Do you think that this footage truly shows authentic videographic evidence of the existence of UFOs, or is the video just not good enough to convince you? Be sure to let me know your thoughts and theories in the comments below.
What do you think? Real?
This bone-chilling
Or
video
what?
was posted to the haunted subreddit by a user known as The Clownin, a subreddit that is dedicated to hosting paranormal news, strange occurrences, sightings, and other phenomena related to haunted places or ghostly experiences. The footage in question here was filmed on a home security camera in the middle of the day, and for the first couple of seconds, seems to be just a random, unexciting video of nothing going on inside of a typical home. However, it doesn't take long for this seemingly innocent video to be flipped on its head. Take a look at the door in particular right about here and see if you notice anything unusual. Out of nowhere, a mysterious shadow person can be seen moving along the wall before it seemingly vanishes
Out of
into thin
nowhere.
air, just a couple of seconds after it can be seen on camera. The person who uploaded the video to Reddit says that the video was not filmed by him, but rather a trusted member of his family, which he says makes the whole thing a lot scarier to him. To this day, this strange video has not been solved, and the Reddit user doesn't have any theories as to what could be going on here either. Let's just hope that this family can come together and figure out this strange mystery before it gets the better of them. Over on the paranormal subreddit, a user writes about his experience with something ghostly recently, as well as an accompanying video that is guaranteed to make the hairs on your neck stand up.
Okay, so it's doing it again. That switch down there is on. You can see it past my shaking. This one is on, okay? It's Mom. See what I mean? It's you can hear it. Mom, nope.
For additional backstory, the uploader's brother found himself alone at their mom's house, presumably checking on their dog Oscar, while their mom and stepdad were at work. The hallway light began flickering on and off, prompting the brother to start recording in hopes of capturing the strange phenomenon. Upon reviewing the footage multiple times, the uploader is left perplexed, believing that there might be something happening beyond their understanding. Despite living in the house for over 2 years, the uploader admits to sensing strange vibes, but had never personally witnessed such occurrences. The hallway light is controlled by 2 switches, one near the brother and another at the end of the hallway. In the video, viewers can see the light toggling on and off, with the switch visibly moving on 2 occasions. The first instance shows the switch moving halfway down, an occurrence deemed highly unusual by the uploader. The second instance is more pronounced, with the switch slamming down, prompting the brother to swiftly vacate the area. The uploader is seeking the opinions and thoughts of others on the video, curious about their interpretations, especially since their mother still resides in the house and recounts similar eerie experiences. The video is quite weird and creepy indeed, and it's definitely something I would not want to experience in my house. In fact, if this were to happen to most people, I think it would be their sign to start looking for a new home to move
Sometimes I
into
forget
the very
that
next
Sir
day,
Spooks isn't
and for good reason.
Fam.
Hopefully, if this place does turn out to be haunted by something, that the uploader will be able to get a new place to live, where he doesn't have to worry about being visited by this strange presence.
This strange sentence.
A Reddit user known as Maximus Killer posted a strange and unsettling video to the Ghost subreddit recently that will make you afraid to go to sleep tonight with the lights off. The footage
pretty
in
much
question
all of
was filmed
YouTube
outside
spooky stuff
via
is
a
like
home security camera
Reddit.
that was
A
set
lot
up by
of
the
it is,
homeowner.
in some ways.
And initially, the video appears to be mundane and uninteresting, but that changes rather quickly when this happens out of nowhere.
We literally just saw this one. The Backwards Ghost Runner.
Sleepovers are fun gatherings where people, often children or teenagers, stay overnight at someone else's house. They're a way for friends to spend extended time together, typically involving lots of fun activities. But you most certainly wouldn't expect to come across something paranormal when you're at a friend's house for a sleepover, would you? Well, this video by TikTok user BV1150 shows that actually you might want to be on the lookout for that. In the video, the upload can be heard getting audibly frightened by something, at which point he does his best to wake up his sleeping friend. Although it was difficult to do so, eventually the uploader gets his friend out of bed, and it's here in which some truly bizarre noises can be
rest
heard.
period humans
Have a listen.
do. What if he was like that?
Get up. Get up. Get up. You're here. Listen. Touch that door. That Ouija board. I'm getting out of this room. I can't sleep in here with this shit.
The uploader gets up to check his closet, probably expecting the source of the noise to be coming from there because that's where it sounded the closest, but he discovers that there is nobody inside. A second video that was posted shows the uploader wandering around the house just a little bit more, perhaps not wanting to give up his investigation, wanting instead to put an end to the terrors he has been facing. In the footage here, the uploader can be seen slowly opening a door in his house and peering in. Watch this.
Hey guys, I think this might be the last time.
Lingering in the darkness, a terrifying figure can
Can
be seen
we see
in
that
the
like
room
6 more
if you
times?
turn the
Please?
brightness
Just keep
up.
showing it.
It takes the uploader a couple of seconds to notice this, but when he does, he closes the door instantly and locks it before the video ends abruptly, leaving us all to wonder what happened next. Who was this strange and creepy visitor that was in the room? Did it mean the uploader and his friend any harm? Thankfully, it seems as if the uploader is okay, but I think it's safe to say that this incident ruined sleepovers for him and his friend forever. In case you guys weren't on the internet at all these past few days, a solar eclipse occurred on April 8th, 2024 that was visible across a band covering parts of North America from Mexico to Canada and crossing the United States. A solar eclipse happens when the moon obscures the sun by passing between Earth and the sun.
Can you explain what the sun is?
When the apparent diameter of the moon is greater than that of the sun, total solar eclipse takes place, obstructing all direct sunlight. Only a small portion of the Earth's surface experiences totality, with the partially eclipsed sun visible over a wider area. The apparent diameter of the moon was 5.5% greater than the mean, just 4 miles north of the Mexican town of Nazas, Durango. The eclipse's longest period of totality lasted 4 minutes and 28.13 seconds, with a magnitude of 1.0566. However, the solar eclipse that day wasn't the only interesting thing happening in the sky that day, as it turns out, as evidenced by this strange TikTok video posted by a user known as the Aaron Dawn Donst X. In the video, we see the uploader trying to point his camera toward the sky, doing his best to capture the breathtaking solar eclipse occurring. However, in doing so, the man ended up filming something much more unexpected and shocking. Take a look.
Bruh.
Look, there's something flying.
Yo, what the?
Aliens!
Yo.
Out of nowhere, something strongly resembling a UFO can be seen flying rapidly in the clouds for about 1 second before it disappears within the clouds.
What?
While stunned people on the ground can be heard saying, "What is that?" Even if this doesn't turn out to be a UFO, there's no doubt in my mind that this video is real, especially judging by the chorus of reactions from the street. Tons of people can be heard talking about the object just a few seconds after it flies by in the sky, which would certainly be hard to fake in a video like this one. But what do you guys think was going on here? Do you think it's possible that a UFO was flying around at the exact same time as the solar eclipse? If you think so, do you think the alien life forms did
What do you
this
think
on
that
purpose?
was?
I'm curious as
I think it
always to
is.
hear your thoughts. This next video comes to us from a man named Rusty Tucker who uploaded the chilling footage to his YouTube channel on July 4th, 2016.
Jesus.
After watching the video, you will definitely never want to step foot in a cemetery again. Rusty visited the Evergreen Cemetery in Judsonia, Arkansas, to investigate the legend of the ghost mother. In the early 1900s, a young mother had a baby who disappeared near the cemetery. She searched the cemetery for several days and nights and was found dead in its midst.
Oh.
She was buried where she was discovered, and it's rumored that her ghost still wanders the cemetery in search of her
Was the baby dead or was she dead?
Rusty visited the night before he filmed and heard some eerie sounds of crying and
baby
moaning.
could live.
He was too scared to leave the truck, so he returned later with his drone to film from the air. This is what he found.
Rusty Tucker. Who was that?
Did you
Like
see
aliens
it?
need to eat.
If you look carefully,
Just need to think
you
about
should
food
be able
and
to
they're
make out
fed.
what appears to be some kind of a ghostly apparition crouching down beside this tombstone, staring at the camera ominously before it eventually decides to stand up
That's
and
pretty
move
big
away
one day.
from the camera's line of sight. Amazingly, Rusty has the bravery to run after the ghost to see if he can chase it, but it's no longer anywhere to be seen. At the end of the
It's a
video,
big baby.
Rusty explains that he had
It's
plans
that
to go
same
back to
baby
the cemetery again to
was left in the
investigate this
cemetery all
situation a
those
little
years
bit
ago.
more down the road. However,
Actually a
no
ghoul
such
now,
video was ever
a
published
dead
on
body
his
to
channel,
survive.
and seeing as how this video is 8 years old at this point, I think it's safe to assume that he won't be making that return visit after all. But who knows, maybe it's for the best. A man named Dustin Lee Frazier posted a video to his TikTok account on March 19th, 2024, in which he explains that he's been witnessing some strange things while working at an Appalachian Mountains hotel. While walking through the
I feel like I've
halls
seen
of the
this guy
building,
before.
just seconds after he presses record, this can be heard.
Is that Shane Gillis with a nose piercing?
So I just Snapchatted my friend, right? And I like walked through, and now the alarm's going off. So I was walking through here, and whenever you get right here, you can see something behind me. And I like watched it, I did like a playback.
One of the hotel's alarms can be heard blaring for no apparent reason, much to the confusion and terror of Dustin. He then
Love
turns
those,
the alarm
kitchen
off in the
tiles.
kitchen and
It's like every
says that there
kitchen
is a
ever
spot in the
with that
area
shit.
in which he can see something behind him, but only in that one spot. He says that it was noticeable in the following Snapchat video that he sent to a friend. Watch this.
I don't know, I feel like I need to go to a doctor, but like I'm constantly just like nauseous, and I don't really know why. Like I have tried.
Because you're being haunted.
Have tried.
The ghosts
to
making
like
you feel
take medicine for it
bad
and stuff.
vibes.
I don't know. It doesn't seem like it really does.
Surely enough, if you look right behind Dustin at this point of the video, you can see an absolutely terrifying figure standing directly behind him
It's like a fucking
with a
alien.
scary face. It can then be heard whispering something that is hard to understand.
Medicine for it and stuff, but I don't know. It doesn't seem like it really does anything. And then whenever
In the second video that Dustin made, you can see the exact same figure appear once again, but this time in a different location. Dustin is walking around while at the job, still very shaken about what happened last time, for obvious reasons. But when he walks into the room here, you can see the entity appear in the mirror. Look at this.
Look at this. What are we looking at?
But the terror doesn't end there, because about 30 seconds later, after Dustin opens a door that leads down a long corridor, you can see this appear as well. Is it possible that this is the exact same figure that's lurking around the building, or is there multiple? Regardless of how many, why is this figure targeting Dustin for just doing his job? Is the figure trying to harm him? I think it would be in Dustin's best interest to get a new job ASAP before something horrible happens.
ASAP.
And that was 9 scary videos. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, then subscribe for more scary content.
Pretty crazy. What would you do? What would you do if you saw that? I don't know. I don't know how I'd react. You never really know. About. Send someone in. You gotta send in somebody.
It's been the talk of the community ever since its upload date. A Reddit user known as OKAssistance5385 posted to the aforementioned Ghost subreddit and uploaded a clip that was taken from his home security camera, asking for some theories. He writes that when he was away at work, his wife texted him the following piece of security camera footage, saying that she was incredibly spooked by it. After watching the video, it's not hard to see why. Take a look.
I told you. Oh, God.
As you can see, the office light turns on and off, and then it looks as though the camera catches some kind of movement. The uploader says that he's completely puzzled and has absolutely no idea how something like this could have happened, and is hoping that a viewer will be able to help him figure it out. So what do you guys think is going on in this creepy video? Do you think there's a paranormal entity lurking around in this guy's house, flicking light switches around? If so, then why? Be sure to let me know any and all of your theories down in the comment section below. This video was posted to YouTube by a user named Vidyabum72 and was filmed inside of a seemingly ordinary hospital located somewhere in Manzanillo,
it's a normal hospital,
a city in Mexico.
No ghosts.
In the video, we watch as the uploader walks around the hospital with seemingly nothing amiss. At one point, he then wanders into a room before turning around to explore a little bit more. He then starts to head down one particular corridor, but it's right about here in which this seemingly normal and mundane video turns into something terrifying, to say the least. Have a look. If you look just carefully enough, you can see a creepy face peeking out from the right-hand side of the screen in the second half of the video. Who this face belongs to, or if it's even human at all, is yet to be determined. But we can only hope that we'll get some much-needed answers one day. As for now, this video and what happened in it remains a mystery.
Number 7.
Reddit user OddCry1315 posted this extremely fascinating video to the popular UFO subreddit. The video in question is footage of a flying saucer hovering right over Iraq sometime in 2008. The uploader says in the title of the video that the footage was leaked by the US Drone Control Center.
Is it Hummers or is it LAVs?
What if it was just a giant rat? Incoming enemy rat! What the fuck is going on with the music?
After watching this very interesting piece
just
of
got some
footage,
jams on
one
for our
might
late
want to
night
know
UFO
there's a
sesh.
bit more to the story, and as it turns out, thanks to one commenter who found a
They
post
seek
by the
what
OP
we
on Twitter,
found.
there is. Here's the OP statement. Quote, "Hi there, so this is a video from my camera while I was deployed, viewed through a thermal night vision display out of an LAV-25 in the gunner's seat. This video was taken at night.
What do I think it
don't
is?
recall
I
the
think it's
exact
actually
time.
God flying around.
I noticed the object from a
Just
low
having a little bit
altitude,
of fun.
slowly rising. It seemed much different than any fixed wing or rotary wing aircraft, so I started to take a video. I did cut the video short, but I continued to observe it rising much higher until it completely disappeared from sight. While in Iraq, this was the only video like this that I captured. I was also deployed to Afghanistan in Helmand province in 2010. While on a night patrol to our
Maybe he
direct
wants to show up
south,
on radar.
we all observed something hovering with left to right movement.
He wants to show up on your
emitting multiple
radar.
colors. It was behaving much differently
you to
than
church.
anything we were used to seeing. Additionally, there shouldn't have been anything south of us at that time. The object was about 500 meters out and 200 meters off the ground, and we all agreed on what we had seen. I wish I could have taken a video of that incident." End quote. So
Could
what do
be
you
another
guys think
god.
of this video?
be
Do you
some
think
kind
that
of
this footage actually shows a flying saucer hovering
God that
over
flies
Iraq?
around? I don't know.
If
Could be
so,
anything.
how is it possible that this video hasn't completely blown up on the internet? If it turns out to be real,
Just
then
be a
it
giant
probably
smoke
will
ring.
any day
Oh, that's
now.
the targeting system. Looks too much like a stereotypical UFO. Looks like a fucking NES game.
The folks behind the paranormal investigation YouTube channel Project Paranormal AC posted a truly spooky video to their channel in the beginning of January 2023, which sees the group wandering around some kind of an abandoned building in the middle of the night. At the start of the video, we watch as the group is examining a window inside the place that looks as if it got shot by some kind of gun
In the middle
many
of
years
the
ago.
night,
Already, this
wander
place is a
into
bit
abandoned
creepy.
buildings.
Then, just as you thought things couldn't get any creepier, the camera pans up and just in the blink of an eye, something appears that will send shivers down your spine. Watch this.
Okay.
In the middle of the night.
That's a bullet hole. Yeah. Well, it looks like, or a rock, but I think a bullet hole would.
Makes more sense.
Well, because I think a rock would just shatter the whole thing. It's not fast enough.
Right.
Do you see it?
Well, because I think a rock would just shatter the whole thing. It's not fast enough.
Right.
Did you see it? Very quickly, some kind of a shadow figure can be seen before disappearing just as fast. It's one of those videos where you have to see it immediately before it's too late. What do you guys think was in that room? Was there some shadow figure looming in the area? If so, then what was it doing?
Theories?
Be sure to leave any theories you guys may have in the comment section down below.
Always a pleasure.
A TikTok user known as Briscoe Park uploaded this extremely strange piece of footage to his account on November 16th, 2023. That has been freaking people out ever since, and for good reason. In the video, Briscoe Park is shown to be outside in the middle of the night while kayaking around a swamp. Now, exactly which swamp and why he was out doing this in the first place is seemingly not known. Regardless, we see footage of him floating around, but it's instantly in which we find out why Briscoe Park is so freaked out and decided to start filming in the first place. Have a look.
Guys, there's some kind of perch out here in the water with me. It's been following me for hours. Bells are ringing. I think it's behind me.
All around, there seems to be a chorus of church bells ringing in the surrounding area, much to the terror of the uploader. While it isn't necessarily a scary sound, the thought of being all alone
Some kind
in a
of
swamp late at
Trevor
night
Henderson
before
monster.
suddenly hearing this would be enough to give
The
anybody
water, it's
nightmares.
church. It's been following me for 3
Thankfully,
days.
it seems as though Briscoe Park was able to
I don't know,
leave
he
the
keeps
area
making up
and
this
get
weird
out of there
shit.
safely, but
Now
it
it's
certainly
in the
makes you
swamp.
wonder what could have happened to him if he didn't decide to leave. This 2-hour documentary created by Matt Benson of Devil's Hour Productions shows himself and 3 other paranormal researchers and YouTubers, Joe Vitale, Bill Cook, and Eric Connor, documenting the paranormal claims of the former Arnold family farmhouse built in 1736, now known as the Harrisville Farmhouse, and the inspiration for the well-known movie The Conjuring. From the moment the group wanders around and steps foot inside the house, it is crystal clear that the place is extremely eerie and unnerving. There's a certain aura to it that's very uncomfortable feeling. But for the first little while at least, we see some of the terrifying footage captured by the former caretaker John Huntington. Take a look at this eerie piece of footage.
I hear you out there. Thought I saw him move a little bit.
I don't know. I don't know.
Holy. Scary.
About a minute later in the video, John is in the downstairs main area of the house when he hears something that chills his blood cold.
Heard some knocking and banging down this. I walked through a minute ago. So I thought I'd just grab my camera. There's a car going by. Hello? I don't give a shit! Goosebumps.
That's what the ghost said.
Just when John thought that things surely couldn't get any creepier, he experiences a string of events unfold right before his very eyes.
What if a ghost sat in
I'm
this
just gonna ask
chair?
who was here with us, because this is crazy. Alright, you ready, guys? Oh, it's full. Okay, let me delete that one. Okay, recording. Who is here with us?
Immediately just getting trolled by the ghost.
Did I just say? Did I just hear what I think I heard? I went slow, so it sounds funny.
Fuck you. Suck my dick.
Oh, something's not happy, guys.
It's just like his friend on the phone.
Is not happy.
There's also a shot that was recorded on a stationary camera that shows one of the doors in the house opening at random. Now we'll switch over to some footage that was shot by Matt Benson and his group of paranormal investigators. All that I'll say about this next piece of footage that was recorded is that if you have a fear of rocking chairs, then you may want to reconsider finishing this video, or else you might find yourself having a sleepless night. Take a look at what happens when, in the middle of the night, the group is exploring this bedroom only to be greeted by this unwelcome sight.
At 10:12 p.m., the Heisen family's DVR system captured the rocking chair move on its own.
Completely on its own. Yo, Max, the fucking 66 months, right at the Devil's Hour. Kind of weird, we're watching a Devil's Hour video. Cinnamon Beard.
About an hour later in the video,
7 months,
we
dude.
see camera footage of another part of the house, which seems to suggest that despite being dead, ghosts
Another
still
one.
like to play
This is
sports
Crimson.
too.
Hell yeah. You guys, appreciate it. 8 months. Good to see you all. You're well. Oh my god, it's like interstellar music playing.
For the
This
sake of
man's
one's
discovered
mental and
gravity.
emotional well-being, it's best to heed the warnings and steer clear of the real-life Conjuring house, leaving its mysteries undisturbed in the shadows where they belong. These were only some of the terrifying things Devil's Hour Productions managed to capture at the real Conjuring house, so I'd suggest checking out the rest of the video too. A video that was published to YouTube Shorts by a user known as Lyhem2040 is freaking people out all across the internet and is giving people a newfound fear of hospitals.
Is it really
the video
giving
starts
people
off with a guy talking to one of
fear of
presumably his
hospitals?
co-workers in the
I don't
middle
know
of
if
an
this is
overnight
the same
shift.
hospital I've seen before.
The group of workers can be seen chatting it up.
So
and
this video
laughing,
looks like it was
but
filmed
those
for
laughs are cut
MySpace.
abruptly short when out of nowhere this happens.
Van a las 3 de la mañana, cabrón. Mírala, jugando memes como siempre. Chicas, no mames, no mames, mira esa madre.
Everyone's actually dead in the video because this video was made 30
A
years
little
ago.
ghost girl can be seen at the end of the hallway, and then afterwards, something else can be seen moving. As for what exactly it is that was moving at the end there, is anybody's guess. Did the cameraman manage to capture a real ghost on camera, or was this whole thing staged in order to get some easy views? If you guys have any theories as for what happened in this video, be sure to let me know. This next video seems to have been taken from an old TV show. The narrator explains that in Greenville, South Carolina, several strange lights appeared in the night sky, but one woman named Gina Jones proceeded to pull out her video camera and record one of the most fascinating videos you'll see in a long time. However, not only did she capture something interesting in the sky, she also managed to record something extremely odd in the window near where she was
This is like the
videotaping.
worst quality ever.
Take a look and see.
There was one point in time where they were in a form of what looked like maybe a check mark, and that's when the airplane had flown through, and you can notice in the videotape
It looked
that
like some kind of
right
check
before the
mark, and
airplane
then
flies through
Elon
is when
Musk
they're in the
broke
formation
through
of a check.
and told
as
me
soon as the camera goes back to the
that I
light,
was stupid.
they're scattered. And that was for a split second when whatever it was went scurrying across the windowsill.
This video's left people wondering
I
whether
said
or
I
not
saw
Gina
a
ended
check
up
mark in
recording
the
a
sky,
ghost
and
was
Elon
lurking
Musk
around in this
said I was a
window,
pedophile.
or if it was an alien, which would certainly make some sense.
Just
seeing
immediately
as how there were
started
tons
saying
of
that.
strange lights in the sky at the moment the video was being filmed. What would you do if you ended up recording a video only to find out that there was something there that just doesn't belong? Surely it would be quite the terrifying experience. This next video was published to the highly popular High Strangeness subreddit, which is essentially one big collection of all sorts of photos, videos and stories relating to the paranormal, UFOs, ancient cultures, cryptozoology, anomalies and other strange things. The post was made by a user known as ApprehensivBag5355, who says that their niece has this clip of her friend's kids playing at a beach in QLD, Australia. But she only now noticed that there is something in the background that definitely should not have been there. Let's take a look.
Why is there no sound? Oh, that kid's a robot. Their children are androids, I think that's what this is.
At around the 9-second mark of the video, if you look carefully, you'll be able to see some kind of a strange humanoid creature right behind the girl's right shoulder. Talk about spooky. One of the most terrifying things about this particular creature is that it appears to have 4 legs and is crawling around on them in the video, which a lot of commenters agree is absolutely terrifying. However, what exactly this bizarre humanoid creature is and what it was doing on this beach late at night is a complete mystery. Next time you find yourself on the beach, just keep an eye out just to be safe. And that was 10 scary videos. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, then subscribe for more scary content. My name is Spooks, and I'll see you all in the next video.
Just don't know anymore. How about people are terrified of this random footage?
How you doing? I'm Callan, and this.
I'm on the garden level right now. I'm investigating something that happened down in the boiler room with Evelyn. I'll be right
Boiler room.
All right. Well, don't worry. Go get your whatever your material is.
One of the teachers, Evelyn Sims, is accompanied by a colleague named David as they walk through the old boiler room of the school.
All right.
For Freddy Krueger lives.
Sims. We're using this recording here due to a statement. She says that there's been things in the back area that have been...
Evelyn claims that one of the doors slammed shut by itself.
All right, what happened?
The door just shut on its own and just shut by itself, Dave. I don't know if I want to go. I don't feel good about this.
All right, hang on, just wait.
I don't want to go back there.
Let me just take a look. Now, you say what happened now?
This door shut by itself. Itself, Dave.
All right. Let me see.
David tries to calm Evelyn down, but soon things escalate. Watch.
Don't be. Hold on, wait a minute. Just wait. Is there anybody back here? Go ahead.
No.
What the shit? Oh my God.
This is amazing.
No way. No way.
Out of nowhere, the chair seems to move all by itself.
Go ahead.
No.
What the shit? Oh my God.
Adding to the unsettling atmosphere are comments on the video from individuals who claim to have attended the school, corroborating the rumours of its haunting. They say all kinds of strange things used to happen on the property. Eric, a former student, says that when he was 11,
the comments
he was in one
just
of the
like,
washrooms
I
all
died
by
in this school.
himself, when suddenly a toilet flushed. He waited a moment, then realised there was no one else in the room. So, given the former student reports and this eerie footage, could this old school really be haunted? Watch the incident again and make your own mind up.
Go ahead.
No.
What the shit? Oh my God.
Actually, the school.
No way. No way.
There some bodies in them. No
In
way.
a video sent to us via Messenger, Hank P offers a puzzling glimpse into what appears to be a routine security check. Positioned within a security office, Hank diligently observes footage playing on a monitor before him.
Hank P.
A peculiar anomaly emerges. Although initially dismissible as a bug on the lens, if you watch closely, you can see that the shadow appears to go under the security boom gate. So is this a trick of the light, a glitch in the camera angle? Speculations abound, but definitive answers
Glitch in the
remain
Matrix.
elusive. A Reddit user under the pseudonym Felix LH shared a heartwarming yet spine-tingling video over on
Dog
our
died and they
subreddit.
had a ghost dog he saw or
The
some
clip
shit like
begins
that.
innocently enough with a charming scene of Felix's beloved pet dog Shiloh frolicking in the backyard. But pay close attention to what happens.
Ghost dog. But his dog had passed away.
Shiloh momentarily halts, allowing a strange white mist to pass by. Felix reveals that this peculiar behavior exhibited by Shiloh harkens back to a routine she had with their senior dog Caden, who had recently passed away. Shiloh would
God
always let
damn it.
Caden enter the house first. In a heartfelt confession, the OP speculates that the ethereal mist could very well be the ghostly presence of Caden. For the family, this unexpected encounter potentially offers a semblance of closure. The notion that Caden's spirit continues to watch over them could serve as a comforting reassurance, a testament to the
This is
enduring
just stock
bond they
footage that they saw.
shared.
Cool.
So what do you make of this peculiar footage? Love to hear your theories on this one in the comments down below.
But yeah, I had fun. Andrew had
A
fun.
YouTube channel by the name of Non-Tactical Shooter usually showcases various firearms.
Gun
to
is
its
haunted.
audience. However, amidst the typical content, one peculiar video on the channel stands out starkly from the rest. Uploaded footage from a home security camera dated November 30th, 2023 at 4 o'clock in the morning reveals something eerie unfolding outside the uploader's residence.
Looks like a guy.
A strange, staticky apparition materializes in the front of the house. In a bewildered comment, they mention, "It's not an infrared. Infrared turns off when the floodlight comes on. You can hear whatever it is step through the leaves and stop when it disappears. My other cameras recorded simultaneously, but nothing was heard."
Does kind of sound like a Christmas
Despite
tree,
the
right?
uploader's best efforts, the mystery remains unsolved to this day.
What is it being? Oh, it's like a gutter. It's like on the inside of a gutter. The camera is.
A chilling revelation
Fuck is
emerged
this?
from a seemingly innocuous holiday snapshot shared on the Ghosts of London Facebook page. What initially appeared as a light-hearted moment captured on film swiftly transformed into a bone-chilling encounter with the unknown.
Bone-chilling.
The photo, taken 12
The
years ago on the
baby
cusp
was
of Christmas
haunted.
Eve, depicts a father and his son in what should have been a jovial scene. With the mother out for last-minute holiday errands, the father indulged in a pint of Guinness, only for his son to playfully disrupt
Yeah.
the moment by licking the foam
Weird.
off the top of the beer. Seizing the opportunity for a prank, the father snapped a picture intending to
Yeah, just giving
tease
your
his
baby some
absent
beer.
wife.
Taking pictures of it.
However, upon closer inspection,
great.
what manifested in the background of the photo defied all rational explanation.
Why do you fucking put these dumb
spectral hand
shits on the
floated
internet?
in
I
midair.
don't know. I even highlight this man. My baby was
The
drinking
photographer,
beer
still
and a
grappling
ghost
with
was there.
2595,
I don't even give
has
a shit.
recently
Man. It's just a
embarked on a chilling
fucking
journey
dumb
to
thing to put in your
document the
video.
eerie occurrences inside of his store in Mexico. For some time now, he's suspected the property might be haunted.
Yeah, baby.
The unsettling saga begins as Antonio guides his viewers through the layout of his store, only to encounter inexplicable phenomena at every turn.
Bueno, según. ¿Qué chingo sería, güey? Güey, vete a la verga. Vete a la verga.
Soon, he catches some strange activity on camera.
¿Qué hay? ¿No? ¿No crees? Ay, güey, no, man. Ah, la verga, yo no me voy a asustar, no me voy a asustar y no me voy a asustar y ya. Chingue su. Puta madre, ¿tú qué chingos traes, güey? ¿Qué chingo lo que quieres, cabrón? Perra madre, dejas de estar tranquilo un puto día.
More objects begin to move.
Cabrón, vete a la verga. ¡Ah! Puta madre, me tiene hasta la verga.
In subsequent videos, Antonio continues to unravel the mystery that shrouds his workplace. A peculiar mess greets him upon arrival one day with objects strewn haphazardly across the floor.
Pues no sé qué chingo está pasando, pero yo no sé ni qué pedo, güey.
Maire sacóse hasta que
no sé ni
viváis
qué
el
chingados
video.
hacer. ¿Qué hacer? Si más es ahora sí el padre o a ver.
As he investigates, he sees this.
¿Qué hacemos? Oye, ¿qué vas a barrer o qué chingados, fantasma? ¿Qué vas a hacer, cabrón? Dime. Vete a la verga. Vete a la verga.
Then more strange events unfold.
¿Qué mandas o qué? Vete a la verga. No, vete a la verga. Ya chinga tu madre, puto fantasma de mierda. Vete a la verga, güey.
Despite his valiant efforts, Antonio finds himself unable to rationalize the inexplicable occurrences that plague his store. What initially appeared to be the mischievous antics of a cat soon escalates into a series of unsettling events that defy logical explanation.
Un pinche gato. ¿Quién sabe qué chingos? Vete a la verga, güey. No, vámonos al chorizo. Vámonos a la verga.
As Antonio grapples with the unexplained, viewers are left on edge, eagerly awaiting resolution to the haunting mystery. Will Antonio uncover the truth behind the spectral disturbances, or will he be forced to confront the unnerving reality that some mysteries defy rational explanation?
No sé qué chingados
La puerta del
pasando,
refri se
a
abre.
ver qué mandas o qué. Vete a la verga. No, vete a la verga. Ya chinga tu madre, puto fantasma.
Has this
de
whole
mierda.
thing
Vete a
just
la
been about
verga,
the
güey.
refrigerator opening?
Before we take a look at a chilling trail cam capture, remember to hit that
punched by
subscribe
Bigfoot.
button, then tickle that little bell
Honestly
icon
thought we
there
were
and
watching
turn on
Sir
all
Spooks
channel
for a second.
notifications. That way you'll be
what's the
notified every
buzzer?
time we drop our scary and unsettling episodes. A bone-chilling post has emerged on Facebook,
Bone-chilling.
courtesy of Lisa Hazlitt Williams through the Ghosts of London page, revealing a photograph that will make you think twice about venturing into the woods. According to Williams, the eerie snapshot was captured by a trail camera hidden in the depths of a Tennessee forest. Taken on December 28, 2008 at 4:54 p.m, the image depicts a disturbing scene. It shows what appears to be two ghostly children following another person. What makes this photograph even more unsettling is Williams' claim that her late friend was frequently accompanied by these spectral children. The friend would often tell stories of how they believed that two childlike entities had been following them for most of their life. Speculation abounds as to the nature of
Why?
these ghostly apparitions. If the story is to be believed, the trail cam snapshot certainly adds an eerie dimension. As always though, I'll throw this one out to you the viewers for final judgment. What do you make of this haunting image and the accompanying story? Let me know in the comments down below.
Now, in case you haven't heard the awesome
Case
news,
you
we've
haven't
launched a brand
heard.
new second channel. If you want to see the latest episode, check out that link on the top there. Otherwise, there's a spooky playlist there you can binge on.
There
Now, leave us a comment
is
down below which one.
Ghost. What was it? I had an idea. So we did all the Xiaolong videos the other night. Oh, here it is. I wanted to talk about some spooky
was put together.
Fallout mods. Replay Fallout.
Today, we go on a hunt to find the scariest mods the community of Fallout 4 has put together over the years, and I'm not great with scary games, so this one was a bit tough for me.
Oh my god!
I had to overcome my fears to find these mods, but eventually I gathered a few to show here today. From a Lovecraftian psychological horror experience to a literal real-life cannibal being implemented into the Commonwealth, it would be an understatement to say that what I ended up finding surprised me. I'm not going to embarrass myself attempting to pronounce this mod. It's going to send you spiraling down a huge mine filled with custom enemies, weapons, and game mechanics, along with composed ambient music and sound design. I don't want to spoil much of anything about this mod because it is truly one of a kind, and it's best played with no knowledge about it, but what I do want to say is how well put together everything is within the mod. One of the hardest things to overcome with Fallout horror mods is that the player is carrying so many guns and tools to kill that being scared is a hard feeling to achieve when you are one VATS headshot away from safety.
Say hello to my little friend!
This mod, however, does a great job overcoming that issue by pacing the dungeon in a way that slows you right down and makes you take in the atmosphere, and that atmosphere is top-notch, with clever use of lighting and enemy placement. The mod is also very lore-friendly for people that care about that, and it fits right into your playthrough. At level 10, you simply sleep and the quest will begin. It's got a lot of great loot as well, so this could be the mod to start your scary playthrough of Fallout 4. And that's the perfect segue into Grim, a full, comprehensive horror overhaul. There is not a single thing this mod doesn't do to turn your playthrough into that of a scary game. To name a few things, it has many features such as a dynamic interior relighting system, more than 5 hours of original music and sound design, a bunch of new creatures and enemies, and lastly, besides new armor, weapons, and cosmetics, there are many gameplay mechanics and quests to explore. This single mod could make up a whole video on its own. It's that massive. The atmosphere it creates perfectly captures a sense of uneasiness and dread you'd come to expect from a horror game experience. And best of all, it's almost entirely modular. You can favorite Grim's menu in your Pip-Boy and bring it up to customize the mod's features. It lets you turn off any of its sound overhauls, adjust the post-processing effects of your camera, as well as built-in LUTs to change the feel of the visuals. Some specially made with games or movies in mind, like the Resident Evil preset. The Pip-Boy module gives you a torchlight, which is kind of essential due to how dark this mod gets at night or inside buildings. You can also manually activate the curse, which opens the gate to many of the mod's creatures to hunt you down and make sure that you don't survive the night. Testing out this setting at night in Sanctuary was terrifying, despite being surrounded by settlers and defenses. My turrets all of a sudden triggered, and after investigating, all I saw was this hulking figure in the distance making their way towards me. The quality of the mod surprised me that much that I'm already planning on doing a playthrough with this one installed. If, however, a complete overhaul isn't your cup of tea, then there are
kind of like that as a last thing you could do in Fallout. Like, you're so strong, you have all the stuff.
Suggest relighting
it's like a fucking board night
and reverb and ambience overhaul
that just
to make
kills you at the end. That'd be
the
fun.
wasteland and inside buildings. I'd also get dynamic music overhaul, which does have the purpose of stopping the music from playing for small threats like mole rats, but what it really means for us is that the combat music won't spoil enemies lurking in the dark, i.e. you're gonna get jump scared a lot more. Darker nights is key as well because, let's be honest, nothing is hiding in the vanilla game's nighttime. Don't be afraid and select the darkest option, and don't worry because we'll bring a flashlight to help you out a bit with the mod Pip-Boy flashlight. No matter if you choose to install
look like
these
a different
few mods
game,
or the complete overhaul route, the next mod is sickening no matter what's installed. A Cannibal in Concord is, as far as I could see, the most twisted and f***ed up mod Fallout modders have graced us with. It's gory, graphic, and definitely not safe to show uncensored here on YouTube. So let's give you the kids-friendly breakdown of this mod. This mod adds a lovely new house to your game for all your friends in the Commonwealth to explore, filled with lore and goodies to help with your adventures.
So I heard VR Fallout is pretty
it's
fucking
actually
bad.
got dead bodies everywhere and strings you along a story that is based off the real-life serial killer and cannibal Albert Fish. A lot of lore this mod features also has direct quotes from him. The
You can
author
show video
promises
game
he's
your
a sick
gore on
freak,
YouTube, but like
I'm not
the
so sure about that
algorithm.
one. Besides
and
the shock factor, unfortunately this mod isn't as feature rich
kill
and
you.
unique as the others I've shown so far, but it doesn't mean it's any worse. The atmosphere and decorations are on point, and the way the game guides you through the house,
So
looking
like
for clues and
effectively,
keys
you
to
know,
progress
it's your
further,
job.
was a blast. There's also a great twist at the end that
You might-
grounds it in the lore of
video
Fallout
just might be
quite
dead
nicely.
in the water. I thought this was an ad for a second.
And if you enjoy these shorter quest mods, then the Kelly Manor Horror is one of the best ones around. It also doesn't overstay its welcome, which is in my opinion.
I gotta say, the mod scene
these.
for
The
Fallout
experience will
4
have you
seems
wanting
pretty
more,
sick.
rather than wondering
Even just
when
this
it's going
video
to end.
alone.
The way the mod
More
starts
than
was
a
extremely
lot of other
unique.
games.
It
Cool.
constantly showcased what an experienced modder can do by pushing the limits of what it means to be a quest mod. I would suggest you play this mod without using the Pip-Boy flashlight much at all, as the manor is lit perfectly, making the flashlight sort of ruin that atmosphere build-up. It's been made with no mods in mind too, meaning you can easily play this one completely vanilla. As soon as you step into the manor, you'll bump into one of its many story characters as a ghost, after which you'll have to pay close attention to details to solve puzzles in order to continue. Always be aware of your surroundings as well, because
I didn't love Fallout 4 the first time I played it, but I didn't hate it. That was years ago, right when it came out.
Either, as you'll be taken to a swamp-like
Do you want to play it
location and
again?
forced to fight or run away. If
Without a
after
shitload of
completing
mods,
this one
too.
you enjoyed it, the author made a sequel called Kelly Macabre.
And then I
want
to play it again with a bunch of mods like
weapon
this.
that you will acquire at the end of the questline. As soon as you load in with the mod installed, Madison from the previous mod will show up and demand that you come with her. She explains that she won't be giving you the weapon until you have truly earned it.
Yeah, I don't like
You'll have
the,
to go on a sort of treasure hunt to complete this one, with puzzles that are a lot harder to solve.
It's really
So if you enjoy
nitpicks my
games that
issues. I don't
hold
like
your
the
hand
UI
and demand
stuff
that you figure things out yourself,
much.
then you're gonna like this one. The voice acting is
Basic
still as great
things.
as it was in the first
think it's a
one,
great
although I would say this one leans more into humor than it does
game
horror, as a
otherwise,
lot of
though.
Madison's lines come off as snarky.
I just want to set the world on fire. Wait.
Didn't love the story, I think.
Once reaching
Story
the
like
final
kind of was
room,
like
Madison
eh.
will force you to cut off the hands of a raider.
I don't like
in order
that you
to provide
hear
bones for
the
weapon.
characters'
And the
dialogue.
animations,
It's weird.
effects, and voice acting were especially well done at this part. The weapon is also
I think the
really
world
far
itself
from
was
generic.
interesting.
The
I
look
loved
of the
running
gun is
around in
based
it.
off the AUG
But
A3,
the main story
with
quest
obvious
really
changes
wasn't-
to add a more
wasn't into
spooky
it.
element to the gun.
It didn't
The
do
custom
any base
animations
building,
has the
too.
bones on the weapon open to reload the weapon, which I thought was a cool detail, despite the animation.
That was before any
looking a bit
DLC, any
the mod
mods or
overall is
anything
just
like
more
that.
of the
So.
previous one, with extra flair of it having this
I
weapon
like
that
the
you
general
ultimately use
gist of
through
the main
rest of your
story. I just don't
playthrough.
like how it was
I still
executed.
prefer the original over this one due to the slight tonal
Like,
shift
looking
mentioned
over
to
the
add more
story,
humor, but because both are very
Paragraph,
short,
I don't
trying
mind it.
either is well
Like
worth
playing
it.
through it, I did mind it.
If you enjoyed these Fallout mods, then get subscribed for amazing Fallout and Starfield content. And whilst you do that, check out this video for a Vanilla Plus mod list for Starfield.
Starfield. I hope someone actually like fixes Starfield someday. I feel like there's going to be one of those days where you get online and people are once playing Starfield, but it looks completely different. And there's like some fucking completely game-changing mod or fucking suite of mods that comes out that like makes it a different game or something like that, or makes it into Fallout 5 or something like that. If it makes it think about this, like a sick mod for Starfield that turns it into Fallout, the ships, just your vertibird and you fly it around. I feel like that might actually be a possibility. I think that someone could do that. I'd play the shit out of that. All right. Let's watch a few more chill videos for a moment. I'll play some Fallout, I think. Horror of classic Fallout. This guy gets shot. Apparently, that guy who shoots this guy in the streets
Fallout
is supposed
is
to
a
be
seminal
the
role-playing
protag
game
of Fallout
released
4.
in 1997 for
The
PC
default protag.
and Mac OS. The first game began production in 1994 as a B-tier project, initially being created
According
by
to the
programmer Tim Kaine
creator.
at Interplay Entertainment. For 6 months, Kaine programmed the basics of the Fallout game engine, working alone with no budget and no concrete plan. Yet as time went on, Fallout would begin to slowly conceptualize during the after hours at the Interplay office. You see, while most of the staff went home, stray employees bribed by pizza would be able to join Kane in the conference room just to talk Fallout. This established a distinct team.
I feel like someone will figure it out.
Adolescent team, highly passionate
Eventually,
about
to
this
mod
rogue project,
with
free
Starfield.
from middle management. A special
One of these
that ignited a
days.
series with some of the most interesting fiction
Just, like,
ever put to screen, as well
roll
as some of
up.
the most horrifying concepts ever
Yeah.
conceived.
It wasn't Fallout originally called like GURPS, GURP Adventure.
Inspired by the likes of The Road, A Boy and
Fallout,
His
the
Dog,
GURP
and the Mad
Adventure.
Max franchise, Fallout is cited as being one of the games that rekindled consumer interest in computer role-playing games. Its noticeably strong writing and distinct tone resonated with an audience hungry for something beyond fantasy or sci-fi, transforming the latter and creating a horror-infused,
Right, the war
retro-futuristic,
crimes.
post-apocalyptic
'Cause he's the
setting.
guy who shoots
Fallout was jarring in
dudes
comparison
in
to its
that
contemporaries,
cinematic.
utilizing horror in a
These
way never
cinematics
seen
for
within a
Fallout 1,
Western
I've seen them, but they're so
It
cool.
was a mysterious game with limited marketing. The only thing going for it was
The
its striking
mutants
cover
fucking
art
breaking
that
into
dared
the
players
vault.
to open the box and see what was inside. The box itself being its own experience, as if you had just unearthed a relic from the wasteland. When loaded into Fallout, you'll be met with interesting.
Really, I thought
yet
that was just like
confusing
canon, that he was supposed to. The
choice
guy
of
was supposed to be a
consequence was
war
one of the most
criminal.
favorite aspects seen within Fallout. As the Vault Dweller, you are sent on a mission to obtain a water chip for your vault, with no real idea of what awaits you beyond the steel door. In the wasteland, you come across various individuals, settlements, and factions that are in need of assistance. It is up to you as the player to decide the fate of these wastelanders, but it is never made clear which choice is the right choice. The world of Fallout is gray and hopeless. Even if you play your cards right, humanity will inevitably revert back to its worst form. Classic Fallout is no walk in the park, for it is as much as a horror game as it is an RPG. Like many horror games, Fallout is brutal. You are thrown
Also
into
just
a
has, like,
world
that
with hardly
perfect
any
look to
direction.
it from-
Resources are scarce, and even the most generic enemy will sap your HP, while you
Before
keep
everything's
missing like a
kinda looked the same,
blindfolded
I
sloth
guess.
equipped with a butter knife. This, paired with the extreme sense of urgency, makes Fallout not for the faint of heart, for you only have a select number of days before your vault perishes, or meets a fate worse than death, by the hands of a frightful being. The Master is one of the most horrifying aspects of Fallout.
Yeah, the
What
Master
once was
is
a simple
fucking
wasteland
sick.
doctor and philosopher is now a heavily evolved consciousness, hell-bent on transforming humanity into mutants. His mangled nature, appalling voice, and sporadic attitude makes for a compelling monster in what is ostensibly a horror story.
The unity will bring about the master race. Master! One able to survive.
Love
or
the
even
voice.
in the wasteland. As long as there are differences, we will tear ourselves apart fighting each other. We need one race. Race! One goal. Goal! One people to move forward to our destiny.
I mean, I don't think it's just
Depending on
Fallout. I
choice,
think
when all is
games
said
in
and
general
done,
lack
the protagonist heads home,
good
only to be met with
protagonists like
another
that
conflict.
sometimes.
In true horror game fashion, the ending of Fallout is grim. After everything you've endured, you are exiled from the vault you saved, never to return. Your time in the wasteland shaped your character in an unforeseen way. The sheltered
Or like his
future of Vault
backstory
Life
is like
a
an
delicate
actual
ecosystem,
supervillain
one the Overseer
backstory and
seeks to
stuff.
preserve.
And
But your mere existence in the vault threatens the Overseer's experiment.
sympathetic in some ways, even. It's pretty fucked up. I guess this guy didn't care about the video game lore. Or lore.
A year later, we would see the release of Fallout 2, developed by Black Isle Studios.
It was just a
division of
year later,
Interplay
that's
made up
crazy.
of key staff who worked on the original Fallout.
It's just the same engine though, right?
In many ways, Fallout 2 is the textbook definition of a perfect sequel, expanding upon its predecessor by leaps and bounds. However, the tone becomes significantly more zany, establishing the juxtaposition we see in Fallout today. A cold, grim, cruel world with a real dark sense of humor. In many ways, this is what the Fallout series is, a dark comedy. Despite this, however, Fallout 2 still has its fair share of horror stories. In fact, we get the most horrific story of all. There's a real air of nuclear anxiety that surrounds these games. From the ominous intro voiced by Ron Perlman, we're given an authentically
They are different
haunting
engines.
post-nuclear experience in a retro future world. A world so different yet so familiar. As we come to learn more about the world in Fallout, we find two war-torn superpowers battling over Earth's last non-renewable resources. Communist China makes a desperate move to preserve its way of life, attacking America but also tipping the domino that would set the world on fire. Yet as the world stared into the eyes of nuclear catastrophe, Americans were not made to fear it, but to buy into it. Their fears and anxieties were made into products to be manufactured and sold, until the world as they knew it
You guys haven't
perished.
seen the little extras they made for the Fallout show? They're just like that. They're just like black and white.
Vault-Tec is the
Vault-Tec
company
ads.
employed by
I thought they were
America
pretty well
to
done.
preserve the nation's finest. What was shown to the public was
Speaking
a safe
of,
way of
this is
living
it.
in the nuclear
Exactly
age.
what I was talking about.
Peace, freedom, and apple pie. However, in reality, these vaults were nothing more than company experiments to analyze human nature in controlled environments. For instance, Vault 13 was an experiment to analyze prolonged isolation. Vault 15 was a social experiment that inhabited residents of radically diverse ideologies in order to gain data on their interactions and potential failure. But the most horrifying vault seen within classic Fallout has to be Vault 12, an experiment made to study the effects of gradual radiation exposure. The vault door was designed to not seal correctly, so when the bombs dropped, the entire vault became irradiated, gradually turning the population into ghouls. The pre-war world of Fallout was a
Isn't it
corporate
still
hellscape
like
that
just
imitated
so
freedom
long
in
for that
America.
to happen?
There was no choice for the common man, for they had inadvertently traded their freedom for security, thus resulting in a nation full of lab rats. Fallout is a morbid curiosity that lets us experience a world permeated by nuclear darkness. We find tribes reminiscent of the Stone Age, echoes of that corporate hellscape I was just talking about, and monstrous creatures made of nightmares. This is all accentuated by the game's FMV horror atmosphere, which adds this uncanny feel to the games. Convincing enough to be real, but strange enough to elicit an unnerving feeling. There's something to be said about this era of computer games and just how ominous the vibes were, truly letting your imagination run wild as it tries to fill in the blanks technology.
Pretty well made video. I like the editing.
I mean, traversing the
transitions.
wasteland is already an unpredictable cesspool of terrifying experiences. So when the game highlights experiences
Would like to make a video
this,
like that.
Well, there's, something, but I never listened to those rumors. You really want to hear it, huh? Well, some say it's the Death Claw. But I don't know nothing about that.
Hold up.
the thought of what else you might experience in the wasteland can dishearten even the most brave adventurers. Yet it's this incredibly strong art design that makes for Fallout to be one of the most visually striking games of the 90s. It was a game unafraid to show the rampant violent nature of humanity in its next bloody chapter.
What the fuck?
What illustrates this perfectly is
I didn't know it
Fallout's
got
most
this
important
insane.
aspect, the characters. In Fallout, you'll encounter very specific NPCs that don't just have a text box, but a fully animated face model with voice acting to accompany it. This was done by digitizing the clay face models and rendering them in various programs. A single in-game model was painstakingly created over the span of 8 weeks. Throughout these two games, 34 models are seen. All of them are detailed in a specific way that really contributes to the game's
He just
unique look.
basically,
It's the cherry on top. While the main bulk
the
of the
Emery
experience
from
is
Full Metal
witnessing the
Jacket.
unique writing, the art design helps accentuate the many shades of humanity you'll come across in your adventures. The last thing I'd like to highlight about Fallout is the game's desolate soundscape, composed by storied musician Mark Morgan. The soundtrack utilizes the echoes of the old world in these melancholic pieces. The use of distant sirens, grinding metal, dripping water, military drums, and Morse code truly exemplify the sins of mankind.
I think the soundscape of Fallout 3 is really good too, honestly. Trying to make a video about that, but I'm stuck.
All of these sounds come together to form an audio spectacle that unnerves the soul to its core. It's almost as if you can hear the dread and anxiety of the Great War, the emotions of humanity as it swiftly perishes. Tim Kaine was adamant about the ambient nature of Fallout's soundtrack, not something to be listened to, but Something to Be Heard, the soundtrack of a war-torn world. In many ways, the music of the games are what makes the tone of classic Fallout so dark in comparison to the later entries. Yet as you explore more of the soundtrack, the fear of nuclear tension subsides, and you begin to hear a new tribal sound
Did it blow
find its
up?
voice, subtly
Yeah,
reminding the
it's pretty
player
dope.
that this is an era of humanity
Not even
that will never
10K.
quite recover.
Really well made though, so show that work does pay off sometimes on YouTube.
It is for this and many other reasons that the classic Fallout games are one of the most horrific games of the 90s. Fallout expertly uses its dark humor to hide the harrowing nature of its subject matter. At every turn, Fallout encourages the player to look intently at their own actions and reflect them upon the world, a world that continues to tear itself apart long after everything ended. Though the beat-to-beat gameplay leaves a lot to be desired, classic Fallout will always remain a masterclass in writing as well as art design. Here's to hoping that we'll get another small-scale isometric Fallout someday in the future. Don't think it's going to happen anytime soon, but thank you for watching my video. If you like what you saw today, please consider leaving a tip over at patreon.com/.
I think we could, honestly. I think even like a fan mod for Fallout 1 and 2 is within possibility with how fucking passionate these people are. There's even like full conversion mods for like Zomboid and Fallout. Fallout works good in Zomboid too. I feel like we'll see something like that. Not to mention, there's already so many like, professional level mods for all these different Fallout games that does add like almost indistinguishable amount of content. Like Fallout 4 stuff where people are making Point Lookout in Fallout 4. That's insane. Aren't they trying to remake Fallout 1 and 2 in Fallout 4 too? Like they're pretty far along with it. Plus, with how well this TV series did, I was just saying this to people, but like basically, you know, is a parachute for Fallout and Fallout content is you know, this fucking show it do gangbusters. So I don't know. I'm sure we'll be seeing a lot of Fallout stuff. Hopefully they don't fucking beef it and make it so cheesy that it loses a little bit. I don't think they will, but you know, I think they're already getting ready for the second season of Fallout 2, so I think that kind of guarantees, you know, with how popular Fallout has been this month, there's going to be another point in a year or two where that happens again. Maybe they'll try to strike while the iron's hot and release like a game in that period this time. Hopefully it's not some fucking mobile bullshit or something dumb, you know, like hopefully they get their fucking shit together. I don't know. It'd be cool. Regardless, the second season of the show will be fun. Especially if it is going to be like a New Vegas thing, which is going to get, you know, it's going to get people pissed, but it'd be fun. It'd be fun, man. Let's check out maybe like one more video. I got the hiccups. That's coming from someone who hasn't even played Fallout 1, 2, 76, Tactics, Brotherhood. There's still plenty of games that I could play that I haven't played yet. And I know I should play 1 and 2, but I've never gotten around to it. And no, they'll be awesome. Just kind of like keeping them in the back pocket, I guess, a little bit. But that could be really fun. Let's check out. We want to check it out here. My YouTube is just like open. How about watching chills in a minute.
Fallout 3. Or as it's known in the DC metro area, A Normal Day is a game about living in the dystopian post-apocalyptic hellscape that is Washington, D.C. A place where everyone is either homeless or soon to be homeless. The streets are patrolled by armies of deranged psychopaths known as tourists, and you live your life under the constant threat of nuclear incineration. Developed by Bethesda Game Studios and...
I kind of hate that gun.
Fallout 3 is the first game in the
10mm. Like
there's a rumor going around that it's actually based on an older game called
I just
Fallout
can't.
Brotherhood of Steel.
What about the
which
movement
itself
of it
a
is
sequel to
weird.
the much more famous Fallout Tactics Brotherhood of Steel, but these were turn-based isometric games, so they've been consigned to the trash bin of history where they fucking belong. The backstory of the Fallout universe is that civilization never invented the transistor, meaning instead of Cyberpunk 2077, we got Fallout 76. A few people survived by hiding in underground vaults where they suffered from vitamin D deficiency for 200 years, while others stayed on the surface and suffered from too much.
Fucking underwear clip
He plays
is pretty
Liam
good.
Neeson on his quest to help his dad install a water filter in the least convenient place possible. On the way, you'll meet a crazy cast of characters such as Dr. Lee, Gary, Moira Brown.
Yeah, why
a
do they
dog,
want to put it in
three
there?
dog,
I don't
Three
get that.
dogs. Gary, Elder Lion, his hot daughter, Gary, and Gary. The only thing you need to know is that out here in the wasteland, it's kill or be killed.
Gary!
Survival is nearly impossible, except for all the times when it isn't and it's not. Because you can talk every single antagonist in this game into killing themselves. This is the only game with a higher percentage of suicidal antagonists than the Mass Effect series. Even starting the game feels like trying to resuscitate someone with massive organ failure. So let
Didn't even
me
know you
lead
could do
your guide
that.
through the terrifying minefield of technical hazards that is Fallout 3. Before you have any say in the matter, you're born to our dad, Liam Neeson, struggling to do an American accent. After selecting what type of burn victim we want to look like, Mrs. Neeson takes one look at us and dies of embarrassment. Whoops, sorry about that one, Dad. Oh wait, what the hell is happening? Welcome to the gamer basement. Time has skipped forward and we're now a baby in Vault 101, an underground bunker where your father drills the same Bible verse into you like you're in fucking conversion therapy. Hope you remember this in 18 years, by the way. As we quantum leap through our childhood, we get to meet the tunnel snakes, and after you meet them, you might as well uninstall the game because you're not going to meet anyone cooler, except maybe the teacher that lets us skip.
I don't like the
SATs.
tunnel
Oh,
snakes.
God,
I think
not
they
again.
suck.
Come on, wake up! Come on! You've got to.
I always let Billy's
Fuck up,
mom
Samurai.
die.
We've got a basement to leave.
And I kill
process of
him.
Leaving the vaults, Liam Neeson created so many
Take
OSHA
his coat.
violations that half the population has been killed by roaches. With the power of friendship, with the power of incredible violence, we managed to go outside. Unfortunately, there's no grass left to touch out here. We also hear two radio stations, one playing a top 40s list of grandma's most racist songs. but
I
it's still better
fucking
than its
hate
competitor
Vault 101.
propaganda-themed ASMR.
I like
It's not
I like
the
Fallout
fucking
3.
radios that seem to be playing it. Why are the iBots
Vault
the only thing in
101
this universe
fucking
that hovers like
sucks.
this? Fallout 3 is a game with many interesting places to discover. If I can fucking find them. You start at the center of the map, and from here you can go anywhere you want.
Fucking
like the
hate that
barren
place.
barren wasteland, or empty parking lot. The only place you can't go is South DC, because even the Fallout universe won't take you south of the Anacostia. Speaking of the hood, our first stop is this pile of rusty airplane parts with a turbofan jet for a gate. Does everyone in this town
The
rock
best
to their
mod for
ears
Fallout
whenever they
3,
open the front
one that
door?
lets you
Welcome
just
to Megaton,
skip
because every
the
city
fucking
developed by
beginning of the
Bethesda
game and
has to
just
have a
start
theme. This
the
town's
very
theme is
front of
worshiping a nuclear
Vault
bomb.
101.
Honestly, I get it.
Swear
At
to
least you're
God.
worshiping something that you can see and touch
Best
and will
mod
kill you if you
ever.
agitate it. And oh boy, can you agitate it.
Is that really necessary?
Speaking
it
of
every
short
time.
fuses, I need to find Liam Neeson, so I immediately check the closest bar. Welcome to Ramsey's Kitchen Nightmares. Here we meet bar owner Moriarty, only the second most Irish-sounding.
You just
American
start right at the
so
door
far.
and it just gives you the
Excuse me, I need to help
special
me find the only man named James on the entire planet.
test, and then you just walk out and go to Megaton.
I'm sorry, I don't speak potato. How is
Hate
it that
the
the only
beginning
thing
of
in
the
the US
game.
that didn't collapse was the
Yeah, you're right.
irrigation
Fallout
system?
4, I didn't like the beginning either.
Oh, I'm
It's just
sorry,
that like I
to
played the
introduce
one
myself really.
Fallout
I
3
do
so
need
many
help
times that I'm like,
inspecting.
nope, I don't need to do
Liam
this
Neeson's gone
ever
into
again
the
my
city
entire
trying to
life.
find a
I'm
black
so
man,
sick of
and
it.
We need to stop him before he gets taken for canceled. Fortunately,
Hate
for us,
that
there's
in
only one
most
black character
games.
in the entire
Like,
game. Three Dog,
intro
the DJ
tutorial
from WKRP
periods,
in DC. Let me
fucking
know in the comments if
good.
you get that joke, and don't forget to share this video with the rest of your retirement home. Just kidding. I know nobody over 12 is capable of
Just let me
watching this.
die a few times. I don't
To
even
get into
care.
the city, you need to take the metro tunnels, because even in the
Be more
apocalypse,
fun.
there's still no fucking parking in this town. Fortunately, this appears to be one of the few times when the DC metro isn't on fire. The metro only goes to Falls Church. The reason the streets of DC aren't littered with cars packed bumper to bumper is that the president was enough of a dick to end the world on a fucking Saturday. On our way into the city, we'll face many enemies, like the super mutants, former humans transformed transformed by the Force evolutionary virus. And part of being evolved is eating
I like how
raw,
quick
refusing to use grammatical
Vegas
determinants.
starts
At
off.
the radio station, we find a group of
That's like a
LARPers
huge
doing
part
some
of,
ethnic cleansing. Oh look, another gamer looking to touch grass. I hate to tell you this, but the only green things around here want to eat you. But don't worry, the Brotherhood of Steel is here to commit genocide on your behalf. Welcome to InfoWars. Here we meet Three Dog, a character everyone pretends is important, but he can be bypassed more easily than the Irishman back there. My name is Three Dog. I'm the local DJ, someone to counter the propaganda of the mainstream media. You literally have an army of soldiers in your lobby. All right, what do you want? Have you seen my dad? Man, if you want my help, you gotta fight the good fight. And I ain't talking about some NPR pledge drive. Man, what the fuck do you think I've been doing this whole time? Weren't you just on the radio dick riding me? Since you never heard of moving the goalposts, I'm just gonna tell you. But I warn you, your dad may not be in hell, but he's headed for a place damn close to it. Oh no, don't tell me he went to the fucking boat town. He went to the boat town, bro. Fuck.
The fucking boat
City,
town.
the nicest place to live since Kowloon's
Yeah, I
slums.
fucking
Think
hate
of this
Rivet
town as
City.
being fucking incomprehensible. The
Yeah.
city planner was clearly a paranoid schizophrenic. Somehow this is the biggest city in the DC area.
Be
Despite
fair,
the
I feel like
wanting
this
to
is one of the
live
things in the
finding
game that
condominium
actually
on
like.
Titanic or New Orleans.
Yeah,
That's why I have no
guess it
respect
would
for
work.
the next character we meet, Dr. Lee, the doctor
just-
that
I hate the
delivers
way
the
it's
baby and
executed.
probably bears the most responsibility for my mother's death. You're a pretty shitty doctor if you can't diagnose eclampsia. Remind me to call the back alley school of medicine to have them revoke your degree. Unfortunately, she has no idea where our dad is, and while I'm content to leave him in whatever ditch he fell into, he is an essential character to complete our any percent run. My real dad once told me he shoulder checked Liam Neeson on the set of Nell, and I couldn't be prouder of him. Luckily for us, Liam Neeson has become a podcaster, which means he has a psychological compulsion that causes him to leave behind physical 8-track cassettes. These lead us to Vault 112 to search for information on a German scientist named Stanislaw Braun. Gee, that sure would have been useful earlier. Wish you could have left some of these tapes back at fucking Paddy's Irish pub. Arriving at the vault, we descend until we arrive at the central chamber packed with suicide pods. Finally, I can get some good fucking sleep. Oh no. I'm in hell. Welcome to the metaverse, but a bit more fun. Here we find the cast of Leave It to Beaver locked in a battle of survival against Stanislaw Braun, who has entered the body of a little girl. Genshin players be like, no, it's not like that. She's actually a 300-year-old German scientist. Like every other IT worker to ever exist, Braun has developed a god complex and enjoys watching people get horrifically named on the set of The Brady Bunch. My favorite episode is when the communists execute the entire town. This also deletes his hard drive, causing him to become stuck in the suburbs. Chauffeur, did you have any idea how many chimp NFTs I had on that hard drive? Break the muck up, samurai. Against my better judgment, Liam Neeson is once again free to roam the streets of Derry. Gee son, thanks for freeing me from my fursona, but you were supposed to stay in the vault. Hey man, I wasn't keen on this hero's journey bullshit either, but many people are dead directly because of you, and I'm on the Overseer's permanent shit list by association. Liam Neeson thought to himself before he said, oh, but you left without saying goodbye. What else was I supposed to do? Yeah, the Overseer probably would have you shot on sight if you went back. Fuck you, man. On the way back to Rivet City, we learn Liam Neeson's plans. The Potomac River is an ecological disaster that can cause dangerous mutations and even death, but then a nuclear war happened and generally did not improve things. So now our dad has decided to dedicate his entire life to this massive engineering mega project instead of just building multiple simpler water filters with multiple points of failure. He's able to use his speech skill to recruit Dr. Lee. I hope you're a better plumber than you were an obstetrician. Oh my god, will you shut up, man? This conversation almost bored me 6 feet into the fucking ground. This game might as well be on fucking rails from this point. At the Jefferson Memorial, Liam Neeson is getting ready to flush the massive toilet that is the DC tidal basin. Before we can do that though, we have some tasks to perform. You're being sus. Dear God help me. Finally, clean, free drinking water for everyone. Ah shit, Liam Neeson, you can't say that out loud. Ah fuck, it's Nestle.
Yes, I'm responsible for this wanting.
I can't believe you're shutting down my unlicensed sewage plant. Nestle isn't taking me alive. Son, don't forget the Bible. And remember, whatever you do, you'll always be a true gamer. We're still on rails as we're expected to escort some wussy scientists through the sewer system. The first time I played this, I saved everyone and wasn't even trying. But every time I've replayed it, the scientists have the survival instincts of a dodo bird and demonstrate as much will to live as I have after I upload this video. Eluding the Nestle death squads, we escaped to
that
a
part
place where the
fucking
US legal
sucks.
system can't touch us.
That's what we
Welcome to the
did last
Pentagon,
time.
now called the Citadel and the current home of the Brotherhood of Steel. How bad were the Chinese nukes if they couldn't even hit the Pentagon? The only casualty seems to be the Dunkin' Donuts at the center. Never forget what they took from you. We also meet Sarah's father. Surely you mean grandfather. Joe Biden, I need you to drone strike the Jefferson Memorial.
I have never been particularly poor at calculating how to get things done. So the best way to get something done, if it holds near and dear to you that you like to be able to, anyway.
What is at your service?
This man runs the most powerful army in the wasteland, and he only
should
wants
just
to
be
use
able
it
to turn
murder
Elder
radiation
Lions into
victims.
Joe Biden.
Unlike a regular water filter
there's a
that
mod
uses
for that.
charcoal, the one our dad gave his life for needs something that he didn't even know existed when he started building it, called a Gek. In the original Fallout games, the
Turn
Gek
him
was
into him.
basically a box with a broom and a sticky note that reads, "Better get to it." In Fallout 3, it's a magical device capable of reviving an entire ecosystem, and our dad wanted to turn it into a water filter. The Brotherhood tells us the Gek is in Vault 87, which can only be accessed by going through the McDonald's play place. We arrive at Crayon Canyon, where we're immediately confronted by a small child.
Jerk.
Oh man, that's crazy. After leaving one of the most thematically interesting yet inconsequential locations in the entire game, we arrive at Vault 87. The Gek is in here, but to get to it, we have to go through the perfume department. You, basement dweller, release me from this cell, and I will brave the perfume department to retrieve the Gek. How do I know I can trust you? I know how to use a semicolon. Fair deal? Here you go. Oh, is that it? That's it? I was just expecting something more dramatic, like a betrayal. Nope, so you're just a solid guy? I try to be. Alright then, thank you. You're welcome. Stay safe out there. A lot of weirdos out today. But now we have a new problem. With the weight of the Gek added to our already crushing weight of social responsibility, we are now slightly over encumbered. But don't worry, both of these issues can be solved with alcohol. Chugging every bottle will give me the strength to stumble to the exit. Sir, have you been drinking this evening? Take the gloves off, samurai. Your blood alcohol content was 14 times the legal limit for operating heavy machinery. We've taken control of Jefferson Memorial, but there seems to be a radiation leak, and the slapdash nuclear reactor could become supercritical at any moment. We need the password to avert a nuclear disaster. I would give it to you if I fucking knew it. Well, for building without a permit, you're looking at about a $500 fine and a summary execution. I would like to speak to your manager, please. We finally come face
a little
to
too
face
many
with
memes,
President
but
John Henry Eden.
still pretty
It turns
good.
out he's a PS5 that's trained itself to become president by watching every episode of Cory in the House. Tell me, basement dweller, have you ever touched
I love
grass?
that shit, though.
No,
Let's
I don't
face
suppose
it.
you've had the pleasure. You simply haven't lived until you've run your fingers through some genuine Kentucky bluegrass. Gaming wasn't built on racism or sexism. It was built on grass. It was built on knowing that at some point your mom
Colonel
was gonna
Autumn
unplug the
actually the
console and make you go
boss?
outside.
Or
That's
what?
gaming is all about.
Is he
We can
taking
bring
orders?
It back, gamer. All you have to do is kill everyone instead of giving them free water.
I don't
American
understand
elections
this
do be like
reference.
that, though. Literally kill yourself.
Go on.
I did not think it would be that easy. Every villain in Fallout 3 is on permanent fucking suicide watch. Gamer, I saw you get pinched for that DUI.
Love this
and
part.
Came here to wipe out Nestle. Fox, he came back. I don't even have a joke
Seeing
for
him,
this.
like,
I'm
walk
genuinely
around out
fucking
here.
jazzed whenever I see this jolly green giant. Back at the Dunkin' Donuts, we tell Lions how bad we fucked up. Now that his inaction has left this threat completely unchecked, he decides it's time to take the fight to them.
I mean, that's just what editing
Turn on
is,
the
though. You
giant
kind of
robot,
gotta.
please. He's acting like he doesn't want to turn on the giant robot. Give me a fucking break.
Maybe a
It's like,
little. They're a little bit of editing.
dangerous mission.
Instead of debating the Enclave on
Be
tax policy or
effective.
civil protections
Yeah,
to determine
also
which militaristic autocracy will
crutch.
rule the wasteland of the United States, we're just going to call everyone who disagrees with us a communist. This will activate our trap card, the Iron Giant. Except
I
instead of being
agree.
anti-gun, this
Generally,
one is pro-gun.
but-
Hey guys, Big Beak Entertainment here. Welcome to the end of Nausicaa and the Valley of the Wind. Except instead of reaching the conclusion weapons of
Like
mass
something like
destruction
this.
are bad and
Yeah, I
only
don't know
lead
if we
to
need
needless
that.
devastation, Fallout 3 concludes the WMD is
If
an
you know your
absolute
audience,
fucking
I guess,
and a useful
you know.
tool to have around the house. Your insular authoritarian theocracy is cringe. My insular
I
authoritarian
have a
theocracy
huge
is
problem
praise.
with
Hey,
that.
Fox,
I
you
always
wanna go ahead and
making
start
a
the
bit
reactor for me? Shit, man, I'm not going
funny
there.
to
No
me,
fucking
but
way.
probably
My
not
dude,
everybody
you literally
else.
just went into an irradiated chamber, so I wouldn't
that
have to. But if you do have
frog
the broken steel
hiss
DLC
thing I made
says,
today
yes,
that one-
does make a lot of sense. I just went into an
on
irradiated
Twitter.
chamber for you, so I suppose I can do another one for old time's sake. I feel that
Yeah, I
your
shouldn't have put
destiny
the
lies within
directional
that
audio
chamber.
in it,
I don't
like
suppose
the
you'd
broken
consider
glass.
killing yourself.
Go on.
Jeez, I
what
didn't
it
expect
is.
the game to make me feel bad for not wanting to die pointlessly. But the joke's on me because then the game bugged out and he wouldn't actually go through the door.
You didn't need an
Fine,
extra
I guess I'm killing
player.
myself. It just occurred to me that I have no idea what the code is. 111, no, 112, 113.
A few moments later.
215, 216. Oh yeah, there we go. The player realized his father's dream. That's about it. Nothing else you did really mattered. Hey, that wasn't my dream. I just wanted to live in my dad's basement and play Hearts of Iron. And that's the end of our journey. I can imagine the conversation to Bethesda now. Hey, we have to make some DLC for Fallout 3 now. It's gonna be hard to make additional content based on the adventures of a corpse. Yes, I know at the end we're dead, but what if we weren't? If you have the Broken Steel DLC, instead of dying
answering.
pointlessly, you live pointlessly and wake up 28 days later in the basement of the Dunkin' Donuts. Hey you're finally awake the fuck up, samurai. The Brotherhood of Steel has taken over Nestle's business. The Enclave destroys Liberty Prime using a fuck you doomsday satellite. What the fuck, guys? You didn't want to use that instant win when you were getting your asses kicked earlier? As a wise man once said, we are
Yeah,
very
so that
lucky
was
they
funny.
are so fucking stupid. So stupid, in fact, that one man is able to raid the Enclave base and turn the doomsday weapon on itself. Who gives a shit? Let's go back to the basement and play Call of Duty instead. Welcome to the snowfields, motherfucker. ZeniMax marketing.
How many times is he gonna use that?
Fallout into an FPS. I wonder if any other games came out in 2009 that would influence them. Hi everyone, it's me, Big Beak, and today we're going to be playing Modern Warfare 2. Wait, what the fuck? Did Call of Duty rip off Fallout 3? In Operation Anchorage, we once again enter the metaverse to play as Soldier Man in this training simulator for the US Army, and that's the entire DLC. The most noteworthy thing about this DLC is that even in Bethesda games
I love the idea for this DLC. I still think it's so sick.
I've seen other reviewers give this credit because it's a game within a game and the villain is supposed to be shallow, but this is still coded by those same fucks in Maryland, so I don't give them credit for admitting their own writing is shit. At the end, we unlock a Brotherhood outcast.
Like, it just changes the scope of the game so much. It's such a cool idea. I love it.
Because when I walked out, they'd all mysteriously died. Now that I'm in possession of more US Army surplus than the Ukrainian military, it's time to explore the vast reaches of the wasteland. Wait, what's going on? I am very concerned. I hope this doesn't void my warranty.
You've never been able to go back in time and just like see old world stuff like that, right?
While trying to avoid the claw. Despite the new location, there's only one real enemy, boredom. There aren't any ethical questions in this DLC beyond, would you like to not kill the aliens, or would you like to keep your gallbladder? You lose karma for killing the alien engineers, but it feels like losing karma for killing the engineers running the train to Dachau. Bethesda has this bad habit of using gimmicks in place of mechanics. I don't have a joke for that yet, but we'll see about it when we get to Starfield. With that abduction behind us, we can move on to more pressing matters, like this random boat. Hey boy, you look like you could use a ride. I think we might not have put abduction behind us. Welcome to the absolute humanitarian nightmare that is coastal Maryland. The developers left out the Confederate memorial, but kept in the inbred locals. I wonder what Marylanders had to say about this depiction of them. Just kidding. Either way, it would be incomprehensible. Here we experience the vague rivalry between Colonel Sanders and a fucking pickle jar. Fallout fans will tell me this is
getting everything
is with a straight face,
at the end
and
is
then fail
cool.
to tell me
Love the stealth suit.
Like getting
you like crouch down, you actually like become invisible.
Flake the muck-up, samurai. Whoa, what is that? Whoa, what is that? Oh, that's kind of strange. I don't remember all these corpses being here on the way in. I never saw a saw I didn't like though. Oh no, they've removed the part of my brain that delivers criticism. Hey guys, Bleak Blendertainment here, and welcome to my Fallout 3 Let's Play. Point Lookout is one of the best DLCs ever added to a video game. My favorite one, of course, being Fallout 76.
I think,
after following a mysterious radio signal, we meet a man called Vern, a man who based his entire personality on Escape from New York, including being completely useless to the plot. I come from a city in the north called Pitt. Raiders have enslaved like a dozen people, forcing them to make steel in the factories. It's the only way we can compete with the Chinese market. Werner wants us to sneak in and execute his meticulous plan. But I was in outer space this morning, so the only thing I plan to execute are any slavers I can find. On our way into the city, we're confronted by horrors beyond our comprehension. What SCP is that? It's good to see Pittsburgh survive the apocalypse unscathed. Werner tells us to enter the pit and find Medea. So I approach the gate in full power armor with my alien blaster. Several raiders decide they want to die today, so I oblige them. I thought I might have been over-leveled for this part of the game before entering the gate and being subdued by 4 guys with sticks. Oh sorry, I didn't know my power armor is made from fucking paper mache. I tried to push against the game and it beat my ass. So I decided I was going to roleplay as William Tecumseh Sherman and burn this entire city to the ground.
Wake the fuck up, samurai. We have a city to burn.
So I beat the first raider I saw to death. At this point I realized I was definitely over-leveled because I had started putting points into unarmed. As I was talking to Medea, I was rudely interrupted by someone named Jackson, so I beat him to death with a baseball bat, stole all his stuff, and waited for everyone to forget about it. Using my newly acquired arsenal, I was able to kill every raider in the pit. The slaves didn't seem to pay it any mind though. At this point, you're making a choice. Was this DLC written by Kanye? Welcome to the actual pit, a place set aside for business conferences. Here we can network with colleagues, develop innovative solutions, and implement cost-cutting measures. 2 employees enter, but the one that leaves gets promoted to management. Everyone seems to think I can't hack it, but they all forgot that in addition to an arsenal of weapons I've pillaged off their dead colleagues, I was given the company assault rifle earlier. We meet Asher, who is apparently really PC about this whole slavery business. But don't worry, just because I've been promoted, don't think I'll forget my roots. It's time to seize the means of production, beginning with the means of reproduction. The dialogue options seem to indicate I'm supposed to have some sort of moral qualms about this, but if Child Protective Services can take away kids because their parents buy drugs, I think I'm allowed to take away kids because their parents buy slaves. Hey there, thanks for getting rid of all the slavers. No problem, man. What are you gonna do now that they're gone? What do you mean? Now we can finally get back to work. Here you can see the newly liberated slaves hard at work doing the exact same thing as before. It really is heartwarming to see a difference you made in the world. This DLC is honestly the best microcosm of Fallout 3's issues. Fallout 3 is a worse game than Fallout 4 in every way, and I'm tired of pretending it's not. But the people that also say that tend to believe Fallouts 1 and 2 are unimpeachable masterpieces. I know OG Fallout fans like to refute the paternity of Fallout 3, but this is a logical progression of the series.
Eat the baby
not
with
that
a
it's
mod.
Fallout's fault. The release of the original Fallout is closer to the moon landings than today, and that won't be a joke for much longer.
Speaking of
Tasked
Cormac
for
McCarthy in the
groundbreaking
road.
in the late 90s would struggle to paint with basic competence today.
Oh my God! What's wrong with your face?
But before you get mad at me,
They
the
all
reason
clay
I'm trashing Fallout 1 and 2 so hard
and rendered
is so
in
you
like
know I'm
3D.
not being a nostalgic neckbeard when I say that Fallout
look like
3
they're
is
clay.
poorly
They were
written. Fallout
clay.
3 misses more opportunities to pose ethical questions. It fails to have compelling villains. It positions itself in opposition to authoritarian ideologies, but I've never seen the Brotherhood of Steel have an election, and that's the reason Fallout 4 is so much better. It still has the balls to ask the questions, even when it fucks up. Fallout 3 does not create moral dilemmas. It creates
Herald,
problems to
dude.
overcome the name of either
Sick is that we have a
or by
Herald
changing 2
in
lines the
Fallout.
game file. You're not trying to find the least bad option.
He's,
You're
like,
just deciding if
kinda
you're going to be a
sick.
dick or not. But I could forgive all of that if this game was actually fucking stable. Usually when I play a game, I spend an allotted amount of time researching the game. But the research time for this video was just spent trying to figure out how to run the fucking
Should make an
executable. But then again, Microsoft just
an
bought
emote.
Bethesda, so who knows?
Is
Maybe
Herald
they'll release Fallout 3 remastered in 10
somehow
years. I'm amazed
also
we haven't gotten
Herald
5
from
versions of
Fallout?
this one, Todd.
What would it look like? It's a pretty cool video. Thanks for